Tonight, North Idaho investigators are searching for the person who set fire to a house under construction in Coeur d'Alene. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. It's good to have you here. We'll take a look at this video KREM 2 obtained of Sunday's fire. You can see the unfinished home just going up in flames. And arson investigators now need your help to find who is responsible. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy spoke with them at the scene today. Shannon.
I'm in Coeur d'Alene Place Development, and just take a look. There is still ash and debris that is scattering the sidewalk, and that is coming from the home that was being built across the street. Coeur d'Alene's fire investigator says someone torched it over the weekend.
The framework of someone's new life in Coeur d'Alene is now a dark smear of ash on this job site. It's also now Deputy Fire Marshal Craig Etherton's job to put together why and who. He already knows how.
So this one was actually fairly easy. This is a whole bunch of wood that was just standing all by itself doing a whole lot of nothing. There were no electricians had not been in. We hadn't had a lot of trades in doing work.
Arson. Etherton says that's what brought this house down Sunday. There's been building speculation online it could be a repeat offender.
It is almost always the first line of attack for the keyboard warriors is to throw it out to. There's obviously a serial arsonist running around, and serial arsonists are very rare.
Though investigators do want to keep it from happening again. The State Fire Marshal's office is offering a $5,000 reward for information. Any little detail or eyewitness may become foundational to closing this case.
Etherton says even though this house was still being built and was vacant, this was someone's home. He says a man from out of state was having it built. So this is not, again, a reminder that this is not a victimless crime. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
All right, Shannon, thank you very much. New video tonight shows Spokane County Air 1 helping Lincoln County Sheriff's deputies on the ground track down a burglary suspect. Spokane Regional Air Support Unit and 2 K9 units responded to assist with a possible burglary in progress at a cell phone tower site near Sprague. Video shows one suspect hiding in the thick brush as a K9 unit and deputies approach. That suspect was arrested. 2 others were also arrested and booked into the Lincoln County Jail for burglary charges.
They have been in prison for nearly 35 years. I believe that they have paid their debt to society.
Los Angeles prosecutors will ask a court to resentence Lyle and Eric Menendez. The brothers were convicted of killing their parents back in 1996 and sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. However, a resentencing could set the stage for allowing them to get out of prison on parole. An official recommendation will be made to the judge tomorrow. The CDC is now confirming cases of avian flu in poultry workers here in Washington.
The state released news of presumed positive cases this weekend. It comes as cases in humans across the country tick up, with dozens now reported in at least 6 states. Officials in Washington state say that they are taking this very seriously. An expert on transmission of illnesses between humans and animals says this strain is not going from person to person yet. It's believed the workers caught this directly from the birds.
Unprecedented strain of bird flu that's been circling the world in the last 2 years has been different from previous strains of highly pathogenic avian influenza in its ability to infect mammals of many different species, and then in some of those species have it transmit from one mammal to another. And this is very concerning.
Now, as for the cases in Franklin County here in Washington, the state says workers are mostly dealing with mostly mild respiratory symptoms. Again, so far they have caught it directly from the poultry, not from other humans.
All right, let's take a quick break for the headlines to talk weather. A chilly morning across the region, and now we are tracking the possibility of rain for the weekend.
Let's learn more about that from Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo.
The guarantee of rain for the weekend.
There we go.
But just Sunday. So Saturday it still looks good, even though there's a chance of rain on Saturday. But Sunday is the rainy day. 48 degrees where we currently sit. Not going to hit 50 today, and that means we spend most of our day in the 40s. It was a very chilly morning today, but don't worry, we've got another one of those in store. Actually, There's some cloud cover moving in. I think models might be getting this one just slightly off. We might bump those overnight lows up just a bit with the cloud cover moving in early enough in the day that we could wind up seeing our temperatures trend a little bit warmer. I know I said there's a chance of rain on Saturday, but there it is. Those short-term, more accurate forecast models put it early in the day before the sun comes up, clear it out by the time the sun comes up, and all that would mean is that we have a warmer Saturday morning, which would mean a warmer Saturday afternoon. There's a lot working for us to get a nice warm Saturday. Temperatures tomorrow morning, though, still trend quite cold, near 30 degrees to start. By Friday afternoon, mid-50s across the region. By Saturday, it is likely we top out in the 60s before rain returns on Sunday.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Tracking elections tonight in Idaho. Tomorrow is the deadline to submit an absentee ballot request. To request one, just head to voteidaho.gov before 5 p.m. And Idaho voters will be deciding on several key issues on the ballot, one of those being a constitutional amendment known as HJR 5. Here's a quick breakdown of how the amendment is written and what your vote on it would mean. Cody Proctor explains.
The Idaho Citizen Requirement for Voting Amendment would amend the Idaho Constitution to require a person to be a U.S. citizen in order to vote in elections in Idaho. Currently, Idaho law prohibits non-citizens from voting or registering to vote in the state for any state or local elections. In 1996, the U.S. Congress passed a law prohibiting non-citizens from voting in federal elections, including elections for the U.S. House, U.S. Senate, and presidential elections. This does not apply to elections at the state and local levels. 16 municipalities across the country allowed non-citizens to vote in local elections as of December 2023. 11 were located in Maryland, 3 in Vermont, and 2 in California.
And if you have more information about what's on your ballot, we have explainers streaming right now on KREM 2 Plus. It's our new streaming app that you can watch on your TV. KREM 2 Plus is free to download for Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
And tonight on KREM 2 News at 6, we are hearing from both candidates who are vying to become Washington's next Commissioner of Public Lands. I sat down with both Jamie Herrera Butler and Dave Upthegrove to ask them how they plan to prioritize wildfires in eastern Washington.
What we're living in and seeing are unnatural, catastrophic fires.
These aren't, I don't think, Western Washington or Eastern Washington issues.
We'll hear more about their plans and their priorities. That's coming up tonight on KREM 2 News at 6.